One of the worldwide small bestsellers is here in the new generation. The all-new Honda Jazz or Honda Fit, the naming depending on the market. Today as the so-called HEV version, new mild hybrid drivetrain, completely new exterior, even more completely new interior, which is really super interesting, I can promise. And also the driving experience. Today on Autogefühl, your number one resource for in-depth car reviews and your number one community to discuss cars with Thomas. And as you like it, in full HD, full screen and full length. Let's go! In the front here we can see the new Honda Jazz, a new Honda Fit, has a very round design once again, more EV kind of design, closed front grille almost. Headlamps come standard with LED with an interesting daytime running light. Nothing spectacular from the design, definitely, but yeah, why not? Not the biggest strength, the biggest strengths are still to come, I can promise. Short vehicle, small car segment, the length is at 4 meters 04. 13.3 or 159 inches. Wheels from 15 to 16 inch. These are indeed the 16-inch wheels. You see it's a kind of van style, I would say, from the design. Shiny covers here for the mirrors, and you can also get, for example, contrasting roof colors. That's all possible. There's also the so-called cross star version in the crossover look, then with crossover cladding around the wheel arches and water repellent seat covers, for example. So interesting alternative version. Today the normal Jazz or the normal Fit, and you can see here dropping line here above the door handle in the rear, but then kind of inside the door handle in the front part. Interesting how that dissolves. Tinted windows in the rear. There's a high trim we have here today. And in the rear we see a modern hatch design, also modern LED signature right here. Nothing too fancy here though. The car doesn't want to be too fancy, but the interior will be quite fancy. Look forward to that soon. So in Japan you also get a 1.3-liter naturally aspirated engine, but here the new HEV, that's then the engine primarily for Europe, 1.5-liter petrol engine, naturally aspirated, 4-cylinder, with 2 electric motors. One serving as a generator and the other one directly as a drivetrain electric motor. How does it work? So, more than 80 kilometers an hour, the ICE directly powers the front wheels. Then there's hybrid mode, where the ICE gives power to the generator generates the electric power and then drives the front wheels, so the engine can remain in an optimum efficiency status. And then there's also direct EV driving from the battery, from that buffer battery, when you have enough buffer battery left, and then especially for the very low speeds and so on. Very interesting system. Does it lead to more efficiency? We'll experience in the driving part. First of all, door closing sound. Very solid actually. And this is the car key right here. Simple, straightforward. We know it already, but you can also use the keyless entry. For example, here when just holding your finger right there to close it, and here on the inside to open it. Inside of the doors here is hard pack material. However, small car segment. Then new interior, see fancy steering wheel, digital instruments, zoom more to that. Nice white contrasts here on the interior, another cubby hole right there. Then seats, really beautiful. You see here a high quality fabric style in a Scandinavian furniture design, this grey design. And on the outside some leatherettes, so the seats are animal free, and they are available here in this grey-black design, but also in the beige-white design, so you can pick from that. And if you go for the cross-star version, they are also water-repellent in a outdoor style. And also very nicely done how here, see here, they're like there's a round shape that goes to the lower part that makes it also feeling living room furniture like. So the seats, one of the best things about this vehicle here, and so many things have been upgraded to, from a very simple basic vehicle to something where you say like, this really has premium character. Getting inside, easy entry, door opens widely, and this first visual impression from the seat here, also when you feel the fabric, high quality, this is really like in the premium vehicle. I'm really astonished, and the seating position is also good. The fabric adapts to the body, it's soft, it feels really great, and then the combination with the leatherette on the outside, also as a tall person you feel really at home. So it's happening so often that when I get in small cars with 1.86 m or 6'1", I say like, yeah, it's a nice small vehicle, it's reasonable as for the price, but I can't sit there for a longer time. Here I feel like I could easily go also for a longer road trip or so, and I don't have to spend the money for a huge vehicle. So very well done once again, and I still have so much headroom left. Steering wheel here, up and down, in and out, again good quality. I mean, yeah, you do have something like a lot of hard pack materials and so on, but that's okay then for this segment. However, here with the new hybrid drivetrain, of course the price is higher, but the stand equipment is also good with this vehicle, and I can just once again stress that the quality upgrade here on the interior, if you compare it to the predecessor, and also if you compare it to competitor vehicles, is really massive. Interior overview, completely new interior for the new Honda Jazz or Honda Fit, and a very modern steering wheel design, no spoke design right here. I think it's really cool, fancy, and also how everything is done, like the quality of the buttons, the clicking sounds. Also here for the heated steering wheel, new manual climate unit. They went back for the manual climate unit again, and here one clicking preview as for that. So straightforward design, new screen, 7-inch digital instruments left, 9-inch screen here, infotainment screen on the right. This is, by the way, hardpack, but you can see this like van style atmosphere. So it looks roomish, A-pillars 50% thinner than before, better overview. They really thought about what they are doing here. And this is some kind of a matte display, so you can also, always very well read that. So it looks premium as well. And the first time ever, I think, Honda has the better infotainment system than the VW. And that's like a game changer, Menu knob here for the volume, also on the left. And again, everything straightforward. You immediately see and find what you're doing. I really have to say both thumbs up for that. Instruments, left the battery status, right fuel status, and clear to read the current speed. And then here in the lower part you can phone or like some GPS information, compass when you don't have a route set. You can also have assistance systems information, for example, or about the fuel economy and so on. This here, for example, or then here, this is interesting. There you can see how the drivetrain is working at the moment, but of course that's a little distracting while driving. Left side of the steering wheel, set the volume, voice input, and this is here to control the digital instruments, and really nice clicking sounds and good haptic feeling here, so very well done. And the right side to control the cruise control, and here also heated steering wheel, yay. Woo, a red power button, fancy. And well, about the infotainment system right here, Apple CarPlay integration. Let's check out the sound here also. Yeah, not the most crystal clear one. I think we can't expect that from this segment, but still, let's say okay. Here also to mute it in a fast way. Good integration right there. I really like this matte style display, not too high glossy, so you also don't see the fingerprints on that much. Here's the Honda menu, and look at that, it's really fast. And I can just stress again, I'm flabbergasted because like 2 years ago, would have never thought that the Honda has a way better infotainment system than the VW. Then the GPS here, with that's also good. As for the responsiveness, does the job. So the best infotainment system we have seen in the Honda yet. There's of course also the new one in the Honda E. Don't forget that. But it really does the job. Everything again straightforward, what you can do, and it's fast. That's really important. And also has some hotkeys here for jumping music title. That is a real button. Also here a real home button, and I think that's a good mix. Having a lot of things digitalized, but still keeping the most important functions then with the hotkey. And also here, like a screen hotkey that you can always jump back to the navigation. Here, once again, straightforward. Finally, someone thought about, okay, what when I would be driving a vehicle? What's important to me? And obviously that's what's happening here. And the rear view camera, not the best crystal clear resolution, but it's also stretched all over that screen. That also explains it a little bit. The good thing is you really have a good overview, definitely. And this temperature control is excellent here also. Nice clicking sound and how it feels, what you hear. Really high quality, premium feeling here. Also the button for the heated seats. So very well done. They went back to the manual climate knob in this generation intentionally because customer wanted it. This is one of the best solutions I've seen recently, even illuminated around here, again, like in the premium vehicle, and actually better than in one of the new premium vehicles. And interesting also that here on the right side, you not only have a lower glove box, which is by the way not dampened, but you also have a secondary upper glove box. And oh, yeah, there's another cup holder, by the way. Lower area then, 2 USB supplies, USB-A, power outlet, and then for your smartphone right here, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, cable or also wireless. And this is then here the automatic shifting lever with, for example, also with B mode for summer recuperation. The middle area here for bottles and so on, but non-adaptive. And then here this leather red arm rest cover, little bit wobbly. And then here's some more space underneath. The first thing you have to show with the Honda Jazz or Honda Fit, also in the predecessor, are the magic seats when talking about rear seating. And look at that. When you have that here, you have to put that down and then it clicks right here and stays upright, and then you can transport a big plant, or for example, you have so much space then right here, something that is high, that doesn't fit in the trunk area. You can also do it here on the other side, like this, and you can literally like jump through the vehicle right there. This is really awesome. And then you just fold it here, and you can see I can even do it with one hand using the big mic here today because there's a lot of wind noise here around today. So, and then that's it again. And what you can also see is here way thicker bolstering for the rear seats if you compare it to the predecessor, and that looks once again with this gray fabric really premium alike. Wide opening door here, almost 90 degrees, easy access to get in and out, easy access for all parents to install the child seats, and I really feel this thicker bolstering. It's a very soft and comfortable rear bench. Wow, it's phenomenal really. A lot of headroom here still left, no problem, also for tall people. Children will also feel at home because the rear bench is actually quite high, and once again, a good seating comfort. And it also works for tall people. Legroom wise, it's a small vehicle and still we have a lot of legroom. This is a room wonder, so to say. That's like we say in Germany, like ein Raumwunder. Yay! German lesson for today. Isofix at the outside parts. Once again, high quality fabric seating. Middle seat could be used somewhat theoretically. There's no real middle tunnel, front wheel driven platform, and yeah, that's a little bit stiff here. Rather use the outside seats each and really feels so cozy. And if you think about now, like Corona times, you have some picnic in the car. Yeah, I know, usually there's the Thomas food roll, no food in the vehicle, but now in Corona times, sometimes, you don't have anything else. And when you're just like, on the way and get some food for to go, then you push the seats all the way to the front, have a cozy seating here, get some real big towels that you can put on your trousers, especially white ones, and nothing gets, spoiled in the vehicle. And then you can remove the towels afterwards. That's the only, exception now in Corona times where food is also allowed in my vehicles. Yeah, little story right there. And here we also have some USB chargers also for the rear passengers. And really cool that we don't have like a substantial middle tunnel here. So let's open the trunk. 300 up to 1,200 liters. That's 50 to 100 liters loss due to the hybrid technology. If you compare to the predecessor, that's one thing we have to swallow. Here, cabin trolley fits in easily. The trunk itself is quite deep, you can see. This is here another storage below that for, first aid kit and so on. So very well usable. You see, they don't waste any space. You can grab over here to fold the seats and push them forward, and you see how really flat they fall. So once again, they put so much thought into this vehicle. 65 centimeters is the length right here. The width, this is here a good meter, no problem. And then the height is really impressive up to the cover, 55 centimeters. And here, just a small step, very good transition. And once again, totally flat, these seats. And here, 1 meters 45 to this outside part. I can just stress again, remember, it's a short and small vehicle, and the amount of space that is being offered is class leading. And should you wonder, why do the seats fold flat that well? Here it is. So if I fold the upper part, the lower part moves down into the footwell right there. Wow, excellent solution. And remember, this is possible that way, and then still you can use this magic seat function, so both ways. What an excellent piece of mechanical engineering. Welcome to Thomas's Driving Lounge with the Honda Jazz in the new generation, or Honda Fit, depending on the market where you call it what. This so-called HEV version, the mild hybrid system with a very interesting hybrid technology. Let me sum it up for you again. So you have pure electric driving moments. See the battery still here on the left side, and there's also this EV logo on the right side when this is happening. So when you're at low speeds or when you're just rolling and so on, you can directly drive from the battery with that one electric motor that is powering the wheels. Then there is another electric generator, which is then generating power, and that is then again going to the other electric motor that is powering the wheels once more. And then above 80 kilometers an hour, the combustion engine drivetrain directly drives the front wheels to be more efficient, because these internal combustion engines, they are running very well, very efficient. About around 80 to 100 kilometers an hour. That's their best or optimum field of efficiency. And in lower speeds, especially city traffic, stop and go and so on, the electric drive is better. And I mean, it's not a big vehicle, so it shouldn't consume too much. However, all this technology is very interesting, but does it really have, like the most significant effect? And I have to say, I mean, it does work somewhat. It's also very interesting to drive, definitely. And indeed, we can score something lower than 5 liters on 100 kilometers. And to think about, that's then 50 plus mpg for sure, even more than, of course, in the UK mpg figures. So actually, that's quite good. So especially if you keep it a little bit gently and use the advantages of this drivetrain. Now, for example, running downhill, pure EV mode once again. Also, the battery is being recharged then when you go on the brakes. So it's a very, very interesting system they went for here. And you also have to think about when you're on the motorway then, which we are soon going on to, then you still have that optimum driving efficiency from the combustion engine. And also, why are they going for this generator solution? That's the reason that even when it's not directly powering the front wheels, they want to keep it in a window of efficiency that the combustion engine still is running very well, and that it's doing that exactly when it's generating power for the generator. So again, very interesting concept. In general, about the driving experience here, it's a very easy drive. The steering is light, still precise, so it feels nice and sporty. You have a good comfortable seating position. The fabric of the seats, I told you earlier, is very, very well done, really high quality. It's a completely different driving experience here if you compare it to the previous generation. This one feels so much more sophisticated, really, really cool. And the overview is excellent. So remember that they have put the A pillars here, especially 50% smaller. And that's why you have a good overview to all the sides, also to the rear. So excellent overview, so easy to handle. This, spokeless steering wheel also looks quite fancy and is very, very nice to control. Suspension so far seems to me like a good compromise. It's not too soft, the car is not shaking up too much. And see here, totally fine. And I didn't get any serious bumps and that were to respond to the lower back or so. So also happy with that. You have some kind of a small van atmosphere because of this window construction here in the front. So it's some kind of a traveling feeling when looking forward. That makes also the car from the inside appear a little bit larger. You don't feel like driving the tiniest vehicle, I think that's also a good thing. And the seating position itself is also quite upright and really spacious area here. So while driving, you feel very comfortable, absolutely in control, easy control as well. And again, very spacious. They really use the space they have. The exterior-interior relation is very well done. And also these EV driving moments make the drive really calm. That also contributes to a high quality feeling. You just hear less noise. They also massively improve the sound dampening, noise insulation in general with the vehicle. And you also, by the way, have the B mode and you also have the Econ mode. The Econ mode then reduces the throttle input and so on. However, let's do it the other way around. And here for first acceleration from 40 kilometers to 80, let's just push it. Plop, that's it. Yeah, of course, with 9.4 seconds, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour or to 60 miles an hour, it's not a fast vehicle. It's 1.5 liter, 1.5 liter petrol engine, which is then, at some point, as I told you, sometimes directly powering the front wheels, sometimes not. Yeah, 109 horsepower, can't expect too much. It's more about this efficiency of the drivetrain that makes it really interesting for sure. Now we're getting here on the motorway, or we are on the motorway, and let's also test the assistance systems. I can set the cruise control here on the right side of the steering wheel, and so cruise control set. Not sure if the car is recognizing this construction site here. Yeah, it seems to be doing that. So here, keeping me in the center of the lane so far. And also, I feel the steering wheel movements, but they are not that hectic or sudden. Really feels more smooth. So, yeah, quite impressed by this small vehicle and the assistance systems. And for this, look at that. I mean, I'm not steering at all at the moment. No. Oh, okay. Yeah, that so far it was well done, but you see, never trust in that 100%. I'll repeat that also when we have the the more clear white lines, but it's picking it up one by one. Yeah. So here in the construction lane, it's always a very fierce test for the assistance systems. Here I have to say, first well done, and then it failed a little bit. Yeah. Now it's getting also a little bit more nervous. Overall, already at 80 kilometers an hour, calm and collected feeling in this vehicle. That's again when we would be driving the previous generation at this speed, you would already feel more noise. This one here also suspension-wise, you feel chassis-wise from the chassis stiffness, for example. This one way more elaborated and gives you a more settled feeling on the road. And I mean, we went through the advantages in the interior part already. Here, the temperature control is so easy to reach and has a nice clicking sound, and control something while driving is really easy with this vehicle. So I like the very straightforward user interface where they went back to the physical knobs, listened to the customers, and not did something where it's like, oh, we have to do something, but even if nobody wants it or so, you know. So now we are in a phase where the combustion engine is directly powering the front wheels, and here, yeah, there's not much acceleration happening still here at higher speed. That's not what the car is really meant to do. Now 100 kilometers an hour, that's still a good speed for this vehicle. It's also not getting too noisy in here, but you of course feel that it's not laid out to be the primary motorway vehicle for sure. But you know, and also then this small, small engine, and you hear it quite a lot in this case than when you're driving here at the higher speeds. And yeah, hear that. So then it feels a little bit aggravated. So not the most ideal solution as for that. Heated steering wheel, of course, really cool. So better suspension here, and also, you know, more stable on the motorway definitely than before. But the higher the speed and the more acceleration you get, yeah, I think the lack of acceleration, especially when you are already at speed, is definitely something that is, yeah, it's not really that present with this vehicle. No doubt about that. Now accelerating out from the traffic light. Yeah, that's actually quite nice. Also stable as for the front wheels, for example. Oh, really low standing sun here today. Now a little bit of countryside driving. And once again, a little bit of slalom, precise steering. Really like that. It's cool. And again, a little bit shaking up from the suspension, but not too much. Overall, quite okay. Here already the lane keeping assist is, yeah, quite a lot intervening, but I have here, no? Right thumb, one click, one separate button, and then that's off. And again, so straightforward, this user interface. So always when I think about something, yeah, wait a minute, I want to deactivate the lane keeping assist now. Okay, there's this clear button. I know where to do that. I don't have to read the user's manual before. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, once again, well done. Nice and sporty feeling. The upright seating position, of course, doesn't transport that much of a sporty feeling, but overall, you feel that this car does not have the design focus. It rather has the user interface focus, the space, the usability, the roomy feeling on the interior. So a very, very logical car, and that's the same also while driving. The only thing you cannot expect is like a harsh acceleration, but when you use this very interesting drivetrain they put in here with the HEV system, we already experienced it in the Honda CR-V, which also worked quite well. So if you're really using these advantages of that, it can indeed be very efficient, and that's the thing that also fits to this vehicle. And one more thing about this B mode, when I put the shifting gear backwards, then I leave the throttle and the car is decelerating a little bit stronger. It's not the strongest recuperation then, but that way you can also, you know, gain back a little bit more energy. So why not using this B mode, definitely. And now a little bit more agile driving when I go up the hill. Yeah, that guy was a little bit fast. Actually, I don't have to turn back, but I do turn back. Actually, he also turns back. Oh. So I have my nice day today. Occasionally that happens. So, where were we? Yes, going up the hill and not going down the hill reverse. So, going up the hill, let's see about the agile driving fun of this Honda Fit. Let's go fit up the hill, or should we rather go in a jazz style up the hill? But hey, that feels nice. Of course, the drivetrain, once again, is not a sporty one, no doubt. But steering-wise, this is a lot of fun, and you know, really precise from the steering commands. Of course, it's not the most progressive steering, but it's actually fun putting that up here. Nice. So even though you drive a small vehicle, which is not the sporty, fanciest, exterior concept, you still can have some fun when going in these winding roads. So why not? Yeah, the drivetrain, you see, it sounds like it would be struggling. Of course, it's still okay, not too high in the RPMs, but really nice and precise to steer it around the corners. And I hope you can also enjoy these nature shots here together with driving the vehicle, even though this is a small car. Yeah, small car. I know. It's alright. It's alright. Yeah. But again, driving dynamics-wise, this is also again step forward if you compare it to the previous Honda Jazz or Honda Fit. It's definitely also more fun than before. And one more last corner for you. Yay! Why not? Why not? And now to our conclusion for today with the all-new Honda Jazz or the all-new Honda Fit. Exterior-wise, a lot of changes, looks more modern or it looks more electric-alike, I think. And of course, as for the building form, as for the car segment, it's not the fanciest one. If you want it fancier, you would go for the retro styling with the Honda E, the all-electric small new Honda. Interior-wise, what a step forward in comparison to the predecessor, but also in comparison to the competitors. A clean, nice forward design, nice design for the steering wheel, straightforward user interface, more things digitalized on the one hand, on the other hand, hard knobs and buttons for what you needed for the climate unit, clicking sounds, good quality of all the buttons, what you feel. Yeah, some hardback materials into of the door and on the dashboard and so on, but think about it, we're talking about that because everything else is really premium-like. The seats, probably the best seats in a small car, but not only there. One of the best seats I have seen ever, from the quality, from the comfort, from the feeling, how it's processed and the styling as well. Awesome job, both front and the rear. And then also this super intelligent concept with the magic seats. You can fold up from the lower part, but also fold down from the top part. Excellent engineering also just from these interior hardware parts. And also as for the trunk, so well usable this car. Driving wise, good suspension, nice and precise steering. This hybrid drivetrain can be quite efficient indeed, so that's also scoring some good economy results. However, if it's really that useful to use such complicated technology and then also boost the price, I don't think that's a good move. I think it would have been easier just to stay with a normal petrol engine and maybe install like a normal mild hybrid system and so on, because I think the biggest problem of the vehicle that the price really went up due to this new hybrid drivetrain. So that's basically the only big problem. Everything else, I have to say, is, probably segment leading. Such a great interior solution. And recently we've test driven the Hyundai i20 in the new generation. That one was also really excellent. Driving agility wise, that one was better. Here doesn't have the best driving agility, of course, and the drivetrain is also lacking a little bit of power, definitely, and there are no big alternatives to that. So the extra price for the hybrid drivetrain and also that it's lacking power, these are the downside. Everything else is so well done with this vehicle. Definitely a very hot pick here in the small car segment. What do you think? Leave me your comments in our comment section. See you there in the discussion, and I hope to see you also next time.